So recently I've been listening to my heart a lot, making decisions on how I feel. And that in itself is quote unquote a very feminine trait. As men, we are often told that we need to be more masculine, we need to be more strong, we need to be more logical, we need to make informed decisions and not trust our emotions, which is true to an extent. Now, we need to remember that in order for us to become whole and one or connected, we need to integrate both the masculinity and also the femininity. So, the masculinity, I believe, is the mind. Okay, it's the logical reasoning that we as men are always applying in our decisions, in our life, etc. Whereas the heart, which has the emotions, the feelings, we tend to avoid that at all cost because we avoid it like it's some kind of virus. We avoid it like it's a rash. And we completely disregard this in all forms. And we see it as this feminine trait. It's not us. We don't want that. We leave that to the females. Well, it's BS. Okay, it's all BS. To be one, to be connected, to be whole, you need to integrate both your masculinity and your femininity. When you think about it, the femininity is things like intuition, it's feelings, emotions, it's your heart. And trust me when I say this, you can get whatever you want, and you can even heal yourself and listen to yourself and find out what you truly want just by feeling your heart and asking yourself, what is it that I want? Recently, I've been integrating that into my life because for years I neglected anything that remotely related to the female, right? I told myself that I must be masculine, I must be strong, I must be this and that. But it just isn't true. It just isn't true. It's going to cause burnout. It's going to cause us to become depressed, sad, just this emotionless person, right? And that's not what you don't want that. Okay, how are you going to feel connected? How are you going to connect with other people if you don't know how to feel, if you don't listen to your heart? Because trust me when I say this, you can really become this sovereign beast, this absolute man, a real true man, the minute you start integrating the femininity into your life, because that's what makes you whole. I'm not telling you to be this crybaby, this emotional person. No, that's not the case, right? You want to integrate what your heart is feeling into your life, but also applying the masculinity. So that's something I've been doing recently, and I would highly encourage you to do the same. Just sit down in a quiet spot and really just put your hands like this on your heart and ask yourself a few questions. Start doing some breath work as well. Really breathe in and out, and close your eyes and get really spiritual about it, because trust me, you will uncover some absolute crazy stuff. I mean, you start feeling this kind of drug, right? You become high just by doing this one activity. And honestly, when I tell you this, it's helped me really check in with myself, because that's super important. Checking in with yourself every day, as many times as you can during the day, to ask yourself those questions. How are you feeling? How do I feel right now? Am I happy? Am I sad? Am I angry? And you only get those answers when you ask your heart. So try this out, because it's been revolutionary for me. And as men, we shouldn't be afraid to integrate some of those female traits into our life, because we are in essence also carrying these traits. So we need to show them. Otherwise, we're neglecting ourselves. We're not being true to who we are. So boys, Let's start doing this. It's changed my life and it will change yours.